I find it really useful to plan out my email marketing using a tool like Notion, and that's because if I try to write out my emails directly in my email marketing provider, I get stuck in my head. I think of it as email marketing. I start to write really formally for some reason, and whereas if I use a planner, it's more like I'm just creating a more casual post for the likes of a Facebook group or something like that. So I tend to find that I'm just more natural and more myself when I plan it out using a tool like Notion first. It also means I can go back and see everything I've written in one place, even if I decide to move email marketing platforms in the future. I have everything at hand to go back and look at. So that is why I like using Notion. I'm going to show you a template. I built this actually initially a couple of years ago, so I would possibly build it a little bit differently now. I might try and rebuild it one day. But I have added some charts to it because that's new features to make it easier to kind of see what's going on at top level with your email list growth each month. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to show you the template now. If you would like to get your hands on it, along with all my other templates, I have an all access pass community on School called Notion for Online Business. I'll leave a link in the description. And we also like to run through one of the templates each month to actually implement whatever tactic that template is for. Okay, so looking at the email marketing template, the main bones of this is a calendar, because usually the kind of best thing to start with email marketing is to start by emailing once a week before you kind of get bogged down with trying to create complicated automations. So if I click on last week, go back in time, you can write your email newsletter. I can't type while I'm talking. And you would give your title at the top. Then you would select your send date, which is already auto-populated because I've used this in Calendar View and I've chosen the date to create the new entry, if that makes sense. Then I choose my status, so at the moment I'm in planning. And then my email purpose. Now this is just at the moment, because this is a template, it just says purpose 1, 2, 3 and 4. But your purpose might be obviously to sell an offer. It might be just to nurture your email list. It might be to send them to some free content on YouTube or a podcast or anything like that. Or it might be to try and grow your Instagram. So depending on what your purpose is, you would pop that in there. Then you can pop an overview of your content here if you feel the need to do that. You don't have to do that. So that's just if you want to kind of plan the topic of the email before you actually go in to write the full email. Then you can write the full email here, or there is another option which I'll show you in a minute. Add the subject line, preview text if you like to use that, and then you can track your open rate, click rate, and if you know any income from that's come from that email, you can click those after the event. And then down here, you can just click here and you can type your email out here instead if you prefer that. So this is just like a page that can go on forever and works like any other Notion page. If you want to plan out an email sequence for something like a welcome sequence, then you can do that here. You just click this email sequence template button and it's going to create another database that looks very like the one that we're using for our email newsletters, but this allows us to add all the emails within this one entry. So I can change this to, let's say, lead magnet X delivery. So say someone signed up for a free thing, and I've got a sequence to help them to use that thing they've signed up for, and maybe that leads them to a paid product or tells them a bit more about me. So I would give each email a title. So delivery 1, delivery 2, questions, and let's say product intro for a new product that I want to introduce them to. Then I can either, if this is, say, for something, sometimes we'll use a sequence in a live launch where we've got specific dates that we want emails to go out. We would allocate a date in that instance to these emails. Or if it's going to be an automation that's set up and can go out anytime, we would set out the days to the next email. So let's say delivery 1 is straight away, delivery 2 is 2 days later, questions maybe is another 2 days after that, and then product intro is 1 day after that. Then you can, again, as with how I just showed you for the newsletter, you can write your content overview in here. your preview text, your subject line, oops, and your actual email copy. Or if you want to write your email copy on the blank page that goes on for miles, then you can do that here by clicking and actually opening that page. And it just means that you can find everything really easily. Obviously, if you're delivering a lead magnet like this, you're not going to have a date. So let me just clear that. So you're not going to find it on your calendar, but you will always find it on your email campaign status down below, which is set up with a board view, where you can literally keep an eye on the progress of any emails that you're currently writing. And so anything that is like automation you would add to scheduled. And once you start to build up quite a collection of emails in here and it's hard to find things, you can use the search bar to find. So you could, let's say I want to find the welcome sequence. You can see it's brought that up, so it's the only thing showing. Just clear that and everything else shows up again. So this is just to help you keep on top of what you're actually working on, so you can keep an eye on it. If you like to use anything like Trello or Asana, they usually have a board format, so it's just the same as that. And then down here, this is for us to keep an eye on our email list growth. So every month you can pop in your month and year. Select the date range. So to select the date range, you need to use this toggle here. So you would select the 1st of July, click the toggle for end date, and then select the 31st of July. And the reason I always include a date range is so that if you are sorting in the future, say you've been filling this in for a couple of years, you're going to have 24 entries. You want to see them in date order so you can see whether you've improved or not. Having the date range is really useful for them being able to filter and sort when you're viewing your data later on. Then we've got the number of subscribers at the end of last month, and then the number of subscribers at the end of this month, so that we compare the difference. So this is a drop, and that would be if you've been sending lots of emails and not doing anything to top up your email list. That would happen, and then you would know that you need to do something to top up your email list again. So this shows the percentage growth, which is negative in this instance. And then again, you can track the number of emails you sent that month, what your average open rate was and what your average click rate was, and you get all that information on your email marketing stats. And status, I don't know why I've got that there. I might delete it. I'm just going to leave it there for now in case I had a reason behind that I've forgotten. Okay, so then you can view by table, so that you can basically use the filters or sort by different columns. Using this section here, you can sort by any of the columns just to see all your data overall. So maybe you want to sort by percentage growth or by click rate. Click rate's a good one to sort by. If you sort by click rate and choose descending, then you can see which month your best click rate was, and you can go and dig into that in more detail and see what you did that month that led to such a good click rate, for example. Then I'm going to show you charts next. So charts are only available in the paid version of Notion, but you do get one chart with the free version. So I've set these up in case you have a paid version, but I've also set up a workaround for you if you don't. So this one is showing your email list growth by month. So you can see we've just got the total number of subscribers and the month and year. So it's gone up from 700 to 750. And we've got the same, but for click rate. So we've got our July click rate was 3%. Oh, these are not rounding down, so I'll fix that. But you can see that our click rate was better in August than it was in July. And then this is how you would do this in board view. You basically sort your board by the name, which is month and year. And then you make sure you have with these 3 dots, you make sure you show aggregation. I've got the option to hide it there, see it's hidden it. So click it, click show aggregation, and then you click it, and I want to show, sorry, I forgot what I wanted to show there. So I want to show the sum of the subscribers at the end of this month. And then you can do the same again with a board view that is the sum of the click rate. and you would get the kind of total for that month as well. So then that just helps you to see it at a glance up here if you don't have charts. So hopefully that was helpful, and it just means you can keep all your email marketing information in one place. And if you want to get hold of this template, it's in the community, Notion for Online Business, link in the description.